He tried to hide, but an attic access was locked. Minutes later, he was shot to death by SWAT team members. Tonight, that suspect's girlfriend and the last person to have contact with him are talking about what happened that day. A longtime friend of Jarrett Berlin says he was texting with him about going back to jail, not about dying. 9 News reporter Matt Fleener joins us from the Jefferson County Jail, where Berlin's girlfriend is being held as an accomplice. Matt?
Adele, that's right. More and more people continue to come forward to defend the man that died that day. One of them talked to us from the Jefferson County Jail today. Another sent us his text messages from that day. Police, though, say their actions were justified after multiple warnings for Jarrett Berlin, but his friends say police should not have killed him. Police say Jarrett Berlin stole this cash register at a convenience store.
It was all financial to help with my rent and my children.
His girlfriend says it was all an effort to help her.
Jarrett wasn't a bad guy. It's just, he made a really bad decision that ended in his life.
Police say Tara Salazar was driving the getaway car after the robbery, crashing at this apartment complex. They caught her and surrounded him.
Every officer out there asked me, does he have a gun? And I've told them repeatedly, no, he does not have a gun.
We'd speak daily.
A longtime friend from Chicago said Berlin had a cell phone. He got a text message from him at 1:27 Mountain Time, reading simply, going back to jail.
He was telling me about them rounding in on him, and, they were coming deep. There was a lot of them.
After an hour and 18 minutes of texting back and forth,
I told him to hide and run and hide anywhere he could,
including an attic door at the apartment. But Berlin replied, locked. They're downstairs. Now I'm done. Love you, bro.
He was cornered, There's no way out. Time to go to jail.
That's when police say Berlin came up to a railing. Police say his hands were up, then came down, and when he turned his body and reached in his pocket.
Personally, I would see the multiple shots at the exact same time as a perception, certainly by more than one person, that something had occurred that was perceived as a threat.
As for that intelligence from his alleged accomplice, he may not have had a gun.
We can't really rely on what was true an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, 30 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago.
They didn't give him a chance to prove himself innocent before guilty.
You have to go in there aware that someone could be armed, rather than do it the other way around.
Now, a group known as the Shoot Team is also investigating this shooting. That involves the DA's office here in Jefferson County, as well as several other law enforcement agencies. And Adele, it's ultimately up to them to decide whether or not this shooting was justified.
All right, Matt Fleener reporting. Thank you, Matt.